pick this up.
Gift shop.
Really?
Free.
Wow.
Everything else is like, tourist rip-off.
All right, so the big formation just straight through the windshield, that is Bell Rock. We're going to be passing that on our way to our surprise stop for y'all.
Very touristy.
Yeah.
Wonder how hot it gets here in the summer.
40 degrees.
120 something.
Well, 40 centigrade, so that would be it, yeah.
Yeah. Even here.
So those of you with a keen eye will notice that when you look at these formations, they're not uniformly red, are they? They'll have layers or strata of different colors depending on how much iron was deposited in the sandstone. So when we're at the Grand Canyon, you're going to learn about these 10 layers. They include several different kinds of sedimentary rock. So two of the most common are the sandstone, which tends to form at shallow beaches when oceans are very, very shallow as it meets the continental shelf, and limestone, which forms at the bottom of relatively shallow ocean waters. Limestone is basically made up of gazillions of calcium skeletons of organisms that have died, and their skeletons sink to the bottom. And then, of course, over the work of time, of millions and millions and millions of years, that forms limestone. But there are other kinds of sedimentary rock. There's mudstone. And that formation off to the right looks like I pointed out, looks like a pair of rabbit ears, but of course, I pointed out and it's no longer visible. Now, that just is kind of a hint of the kind of formation we'll see at Monument Valley tomorrow. All right, so we are entering the city limits of Sedona. Isn't that a nice name, Sedona? It's just mellifluous. Sedona, like seductive Madonna. So let me tell a little story about the naming of Sedona. You would think that the early Euro-Americans coming into the area which we're going to see Oak Creek Canyon would have come up the creek, right? That's kind of the natural way people explore, is by following creeks or rivers. But for whatever reason, a group of early settlers, into this area decided they were going to come down into the valley from those cliffs to the right. Kind of crazy, right? Well, one gentleman by the name of Mr. Schnebley built a dirt road from the top plateau down into the valley, and being an entrepreneur, he charged fare, right? A little admission to come and use his road. Well, it took a little bit of time, but eventually the settlement down here in Oak Creek Canyon grew enough where Mr. Schnebley thought we should have a post office. And when a community applies for post office service, what does the postmaster ask? Yeah, what do you want to name the place? So Mr. Schnebley said, how about Schnebley? For whatever reason, and thank goodness, the postmaster's representative said, can you come up with a little bit different, maybe nicer name? Mr. Schnebley talks to his wife. Sedona, what do you think? What should we name the town? Yeah, Sedona was his wife. So we're glad that that choice was made.